the team and I, we ran this case study on which LLMs are best for SEO. And what I wanted to see is we all know about prompting, and we all know how to do that, but I was like, where do these things start? If you don't prompt it and just ask for an article, what do you get, and does that align with what we need for SEO? Are the words that the LLM's putting out what we need to rank? And so we started with a baseline prompt, and that was, we want a 1,000-word article on what to see in Rome, without any other prompting, to see what we get. And then we ran this through Pop to get an SEO baseline score and also see the counts for the important terms. And so here you can see the scores, and this was from 3 months ago, by the way. So this is what they were 3 months ago, or what the most current LLMs. But only 3 got a score above 50, and for reference in Pop, you don't really get movement in on-page until you hit about an 80%. So all of these aren't going to do anything for you, just out of the box. Especially what's great is Gemini, which is Google, and Gemma 2, which is Google, basically taking the bottom. You can do with that on your conspiracy theories as you like. But even the best one here at Gwen is going to get you to page 5 or 6 in Google at best, just like out of the box. Then looking at the word count, and this is frustrating because we asked for 1,000 words and only 3 could hit that number. In SEO, for us and our purposes, above 1,000 is fine, but we really can't go below. That's when clients start having a lot of heartburn, and you can see a lot of people didn't even get close. When I ran Llama, I'm watching it do its thing, and then it got to the end, and it basically said, like, man, I can't write anything more about this. I am tapped out. And then I clicked on it, I was like, surely this is a comprehensive article, and it's all of 565 words. Then we looked at readability metrics, and this isn't necessarily a ranking factor, but as a general heuristic, you want your website content about 7th grade, and all of them are college, or high school and college. Very difficult to read, and that's extremely surprising. And that's actually started, that's when a red flag kind of went off in my mind. And then this is where it really shows the problem. In parentheses are the amount of important terms you need for Google to understand your content, the contextual terms, your LSI, if you like that, and your semantics. Now, the numbers are by section, and you can see it's like 2 to 5, 2 to 5, 10 to 18. And then the main content, 167 to 278. That's how many words you need in those areas in order to have what we need for SEO. And you can see that in subheadings, no one's close to the 10 to 18. And then in the main content, when we need 167 words, the best is 52. The content that's putting out at baseline is not anywhere near what we need for SEO. It's just putting out words, but it's not putting out any words that give any kind of meaning and context. And I can also tell you from experience, you really want to hit the middle of that range for it to be most effective. There's diminishing returns going beyond that, but like just limping in is not the best. You want to get to the middle, so we are more than 100 terms away from what we need, and we're talking about a 1,000-word article. So of the words that it's putting out there, they're just not putting any terms in that Google's going to really understand this page. And you can really see it. This is Google's NLP API, so it's getting the semantics that Google understands. Only half of them get within the range, and we know that we need probably another 10 to 15 words to really be effective. Google doesn't understand this page. And then we can see that through Google's own NLP API. But then we went and said, okay, that was no prompt. Now we asked it, give me a 1,000-word article on what to see in Rome that is SEO optimized, to see what it could do just with that. So a very basic prompt saying, okay, now just optimize this for me for SEO. And initially, all the scores went up, and it was looking kind of promising until we looked at the word count. They all went down in word count. And we know as SEOs, you need to be able to cover a topic in a way that Google will understand, and they all went down. They all got harder to read. And then, worst of all, they stripped out terms. They actually went lower on the important terms that we know we need as SEOs to rank. And that's shocking. Because if you ask it for like a list of like, hey, I need to SEO my page, it's going to give you a nice little list. But it's important to understand, it doesn't make that list for itself and then write your article. It's not doing the legwork to figure out SEO. It's making a guess as to the terms you want, and its guess has no concept of what SEO actually is. They all stripped, all but 3 stripped out NLP terms, meaning Google has less understanding of this page. And so for me, this is what I think is going on with AI content, and especially with like helpful content. Let's say somebody puts 400 AI pages on their site, and then their site drops, and they're like, oh, Google's detecting AI. I don't think Google has to spend any time detecting AI. Google doesn't understand this page. Google doesn't understand those 400 pages. Then it devalues those 400 pages, and then by extension devalues the site, and then the site just got hit. And so Google does not have to spend any extra money finding AI. It knows that AI doesn't know how to write this content. It's just going to put fluff words out there that don't have any meaning, and as such, that they can just use the tools that Google already has just to say, like, I don't understand this. This is a low-value site, and then it'll devalue the site that way. This also explains why some people don't get hit with any AI content. It's because I think they're prompting it enough to get into the baselines that they need so that Google understands the page and will rank it accordingly.